I want to talk to you for a few minutes about your next action thinking. Now, with the understanding that you're using the workflow map to ask yourself, what's the next action? Can I do it in 2 minutes or less? Do I need to defer it to my action list or calendar? Can I delegate it to someone else? That's the basics. Think about the next level, though, of fine-tuning your system. When you're doing your weekly review or you've got time to work off your action list, ask yourself which actions are on that list that you haven't gotten done and why. Now, in some systems or tools, you'll be able to tell what date you added something to the action list. Some of us are better at remembering that's been on my list a week, that's been on my list 2 weeks. Others, depending on their cognitive preferences or their work style, may not have a good sense of time. I may be one of those people that doesn't realize if that's action that's been on my list for a week or a month. But it can be a good exercise to ask yourself, how long has it been on there and why have I not gotten it done? There's several answers to that. One is it's not the true next action. There's something else you have to do first, whether it's to prepare or to research. It could be that it's part of a project and there's multiple steps or multiple actions. And even if you did identify the next action, maybe your brain's wanting you to think about the project and make sure that you've captured it as a project. There could be other reasons that you haven't done that next action. And one of those might be it's just very unpleasant. And you need to analyze, is this a true next action? Do I have to do it? Can I move it to someday maybe? Take it off my list? If I have to do it and I'm putting it off because I've had time, I have had opportunity, but it's just an unpleasant action, what can you do to prepare yourself? Because the better prepared you are to take that next action, the easier it is to make yourself do it. And sometimes that analytical thinking of recognizing it makes you realize you just need to get it done. And this could be a difficult conversation. This could just be an unpleasant report that you have to write or file. It could be any number of things. I don't think there's a person on the planet that has a job where they love everything they have to do for that job. It might be the expense reports or the performance reviews, but there's probably some part of your job you don't like. And those may be the actions that you put on your action list and never get done. But do think about the next actions on your action list and ask yourself why some have been on there much longer than they should have been and you still haven't gotten them done. Because if it's good next action thinking and you've clarified the true next action, and you've done what you need to do to take that next action, you've got the phone number, you've got the contact information, you've prepared, whatever that is, then it may be a simple cognitive exercise to recognize it's unpleasant and it's going to feel really good to get it checked off and done. So think about that when you're working with your next action list.